Hi, my name is Leo Black, and I'm doing an interview for you guys here, and I'm incarcerated in this prison. You guys requested an interview about me killing my father. Well, do you do you guys want me to go back from the beginning? Oh, okay. Well, it all started when I was younger. Um, my mother left us. I guess her and my father just got into it or something. She came back and she was drunk. My father said she kissed me my forehead when I was sleeping and said, "Take care and have a good life." So she left and I never saw her again. So my father is the one that raised me. And it was okay at first. Until one night, he came into my room and he molested me. And when he was done and he got up, he said, "I still love you, Belinda." And got up and left. Now, Belinda is my mother, the one that left us. It was like this for a while and stuff. And then freshman high school, I was a week into class, and there's this beautiful girl, and someone was picking on her. I guess maybe because he asked her out, and she said she wasn't interested right now. She's interested in education. She was too young to do stuff like that. So I get mad. He got in her face. So I got in his face. I said, "Hey, man, back up, bro. You don't do this to women." He pushed me. I pushed him back, and he hit his head on the desk. I don't think I pushed him that hard, but they didn't blame it on me. Everybody said I stuck up for her, especially her. So we became friends. And then after a while, one thing led to another. We were just sitting there watching TV. She leans over and kisses me. I said, "What was that for?" She says, "For saving me that one day and being sweet." So I said, "That was like 3 months ago, over 3 months." She said, "Well, it's due where it's due." So we started dating and things got a little bit more serious, guys. I was really, really happy. So we started having sex like almost every single night. Into one Saturday night, we were making love, just finishing. Father kicks in the door and goes, "What is this? What do you have here?" "Oh, a Jezebel." "You know, my son is a sissy, a fairy." And shuts the door. And I look at my girl and she looks at me and she's like, "I understand. He's drunk. I'm going to call it a night and go home." And I said, "I'm sorry. He's usually here at the crack of dawn, drinks his beer, then passes out." I apologized to her so many times. She said it's okay. So she leaves. So now I'm really pissed. Guys, I'm really pissed. I go and talk to my father. I said, "Father, how could you do something like this to me?" And he pushes me and he goes, "Because you're a fairy, you're a sissy." He liked to call me a sissy because the way I talk. I mean, I think I've always talked like this. Maybe I talk like this after my mom was gone. I don't remember before or anything, but I've always talked like this. And he always called me a sissy, and I told him what was wrong. That was wrong. So he just sits back on his lazy boy chair, watching TV, drinking his beer. So one night, he came home drunk. I mean, he was beyond drunk this time. You can really smell it with him walking through the door. He comes into the room, he hits me, throws me on the ground, and he's like hurting me like this in the back of my neck while my face is in the bed, in the pillow, and he's just squeezing. And then he starts molesting me. He's like, you want to be a sissy? I'll show you a sissy. While he was in the moment of doing that, my bedroom door opened. And it was my girlfriend standing there with the shock and look in her eyes. It was Valentine's Day, right after midnight. It was like 12:01. She showed up. She had candy and flowers in her hand. She dropped them. And my father looks at her and goes, I told you he was a sissy, a little fairy. And she took off running. I didn't know what to say. I was embarrassed. I was shocked. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. So he's done. He zips up his pants and goes back downstairs. I was so embarrassed and hurt. I didn't know what to do. So Monday comes to go to school. She wasn't there. All week she wasn't there. Saturday night happens. My father's at work. They called him in for a double shift. He's usually off on the weekends. But on the weekends, he drinks even more. So he's hardly even home more than he works. So it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I get a phone call. 3 to 5 seconds, nothing. And then all I hear is, I got an abortion. Went blank for the 3 to 5 seconds and then hung up. I was so hurt. How could you do this? I was so angry. I heard the truck pull up. The keys, the door opens. Walks into the kitchen and you can hear him open up the refrigerator. Stupid beer. So I go downstairs and I confront him. And I'm pissed. And I tell him, how could you do this to me? How could you do this to your son? How could you take away his family, my family I'm supposed to have? Something that I cherish and something I can use good in my life. He goes, what are you talking about, sissy? What are you talking about, fairy? And he pushes me and laughs. Sits down on his lazy boy and goes, well, you win some, you lose some. I said, fuck you. You're the faggot. You're the fairy. You're the fucking sissy. He stood up and got in my face, grabbed my shirt and said, what the fuck did you just say? I was angry. And I said, she got an abortion because of you. And he goes, good. I don't need no Jezebel fucking sissy in this house. So I don't know what I grabbed. I grabbed the thing that was right next to my head and I said, boom, right across his fucking head. She said, you motherfucker, you fucked up my whole life. And I looked down. And it's just this blood gushing from his head, just like a water thingy. And he's looking up at me. And I'm looking down at him. And he's going like this on the floor while looking up at me. And he smiles. He said, it's about damn time you stuck up for yourself, sissy. Then I went to go hit him again. And he collapsed. And he was dead. And I looked what was in my hand. And it was a reward that he got from his job. For working there for 35 years without missing one day. Missing one work. And now I'm in here giving you the interview. I was sitting on the porch, door wide open, and a lady walked by and saw my father on the floor and called the police. I didn't run, but I got arrested. I hate that man. What I did was wrong, yes. What he did to me, I guess, turned me into a monster. I just couldn't take it anymore. That motherfucker took my life. So I took his. Do I regret what I did? Yes. And no.